Pokemon gyms stand as a test for trainers along their journey. Through each level of growth, there is another gym leader that makes sure your team is well put together so that you have a chance to become the Pokemon champion. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here with another My Gym video. This series covers all 18 types 8 times, one for each gym, 1 through 8, giving us a total of 144 videos about my Pokemon gyms. Whew, we got a lot of work cut out for us. But that just means there's a lot of great content for you, so subscribe so you don't miss any of these videos on the channel. We're looking at a type today that I have had a challenge with when it comes to creating teams, so much so that it's only the second gym I've created of this type. Sure, there are many Pokemon to choose from this type, especially ones that I enjoy, but creating a theme or a gym concept has always been a difficult challenge when it comes to this typing. But I finally have an idea that I think could be really fun and kind of unique for this type. Today, we are covering the ground type. I find that most ground types are kind of bland when it comes to the gym design. They just seem kind of boring, besides a couple of exciting ace Pokemon, but I want to give it a good shot. This will be the 5th gym in the game, which gives us a few options when it comes to a team composition. I imagine the gym puzzle will involve quicksand. Your navigation through the gym will rely on not slipping into the quicksand. Each of the pits of quicksand will randomly start spinning, requiring you to take refuge on a rock before it swallows you whole. It will feel similar to Skyla's gym in Black and White 2, where instead of getting blown around by the fans, you might fall into quicksand, which causes you to fight trainers because you're gonna have to walk past them to get back to the beginning of the gym to try the puzzle again. The other trick to this gym is that there will be some Pokemon in the quicksand that will try to attack you. I imagine these would be along the likes of Gible and Sandile. After overcoming the sand, you will come up to me where I am on my own little rock platform. I hate this stupid sand. Oh, who are you? You have more supplies for me? What? You're not giving me anything? Fine, I'll fight you for it. And the battle begins. To lead, I have a level 28 Claydol with Levitate. Claydol is my designated lead because I want to use it to get Stealth Rocks up on your side of the field. Its other moves are Earth Power, Extrasensory, and Grass Knot. I wanted stab moves, and I feel like Grass Knot's a great coverage move for water types that might be brought to counter my ground type Pokemon, so I feel like this moveset will be pretty helpful in kind of deterring your team from the beginning of the game. Next up is my level 29 Vibrava. I'm holding a Yache Berry in case you somehow have slotted in an ice type coverage move on your team. I really want to use Flygon here, but that would be extremely overpowered because you wouldn't have Flygon at level 29. But Vibrava works. Vibrava's moveset has Fissure, Bulldoze, Dragon Tail, and Crunch. The moveset makes the most of Vibrava's utility mon usefulness. Weaker mons lose to Fissure, Bulldoze offers speed control, Dragon Tails adds force switches on rocks, which can whittle your team down, and Crunch is just a generally good move that also drops defense. So I feel like it can be really helpful in being utility for my team. I also have a level 29 Gliscor. I like the Poison Heal ability for this moveset, and I've kind of taken that inspiration from many years of OU to make this work. I've included Toxic Orb as an item on this Pokemon to enable this strategy to work. Gliscor knows Swords Dance, Night Slash, Poison Jab, and Aerial Ace. The potential setup and sweep option is available for Gliscor, and I've opted not to run a ground stab, so I can focus a little bit more on Gliscor's really good move pool and coverage moves. I'm going to have ground type moves on the rest of my team, so it makes more sense to kind of focus on those coverage moves that I might need to deal with some potentially dangerous Pokemon for your team. My ace is a level 30 Golurk. If you haven't figured out this team yet, I'm running a team that doesn't like to be in the sand, which is why all of my Pokemon have Levitate or Flying types. To apply this to my Golurk, I am running it with an air balloon, even though we all know in the anime it can fly, so technically it has a way to levitate off the ground in its move pool. I much rather give this Pokemon a Punching Glove as its item to kind of help boost the Iron Fist ability that it has, but maybe that could be on a rematch team and I can use maybe Terra Flying or something like that to make this Pokemon levitate. Golurk knows the moves Shadow Punch, Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, and Stomping Tantrum. Hopefully this is good enough to stop your team here, with this coverage move being pretty useful, as well as dual stabs to kind of deal with the rest of your team neutrally if that's the problem. Once you defeat me, I say, oh, you're a gym challenger. Well, fine, you can have this badge, and I will give you the Levitate badge and the TM for Stomping Tantrum. I'll add, they only made me the gym leader because I refuse to leave. There's just too much sand and I can't stand it. Fortunately for you, the gym guide is also available on my rock platform, and he will give you the air balloon that will take you back to the entrance. And you also will have the item to use later on. If you would rebattle me later, I would add a Sandaconda and a Swampert. I like the lore of this character that I started with Mudkip as my starter, but once I found out it evolved into a ground type Pokemon, I didn't want to use it. So I like the idea that eventually I overcome my fear after many years of being the gym leader, and I start to pick up this team and pick back my starter up to use on my team. I feel like a Mega Swampert could also be a really good case for this team later on to show my renewed bond with my starter Pokemon, but there also is the potential for Terra, Golurk, as well as I mentioned earlier, to kind of deal with that levitating grounds thing. Depends on really how I want to run the team. Again, there's only a few levitating ground type Pokemon, so it was a little bit difficult to kind of get this team to work out. The rematch team obviously needing more Pokemon would mean that you would need to have more Pokemon that wouldn't fit the overall idea of the original gym, but you get the point. It's got to be a little bit of work done to kind of allow this team to be possible. Well, that's my ground type gym. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below, specifically what type you might want to see next. You can even let me know what position you'd want to see it in the gyms if I haven't done it already. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content, as I mentioned earlier. And I know a lot of you like to share your ideas for the gyms as well in the comment section down below. Please feel free to do that. I love reading through them, and sometimes they're even inspiring to me to get to make another gym off of something you mentioned or an idea that you have. So keep sharing those. I really appreciate that, and I hope you have enjoyed the content here. Remember, you can also support the channel by becoming a member today. There's a button down below, so please click on that if you want to do that. If you have the means to support us financially, just remember that help us responsibly. If you don't have the money, don't worry about it. Subscribing and liking and sharing the content is plenty enough support for me, and I really appreciate all you guys do to support the channel. You can also follow me on my socials. They are linked in the description down below. If you want to see more of my content, I'm on many platforms. I have Twitter, TikTok, Discord, Twitch, this YouTube channel, and as well as another YouTube channel called Invisible Corporations. They're all linked in the description below. Please feel free to click on them and check out the rest of the amazing content on there, because I don't post every day here, but there's content for you on those other platforms as well. I try to be posting something on one of those platforms every day. Thank you again for watching. I hope you really have enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you again soon with the next one. So until next time, my name is Chaos, and I'm signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up.